You're listening to CYOP, Create Your Own Podventure, APPeal. This branching story follows your choices, changing as you respond to what the story places in your path. What's waiting for you at the end? Keep moving on to find out. Now, where were we? After suffering a bite from a rattlesnake on a field test, the predictive AI in your program led you to a cluster of plants to save your life. Unsure of what to do, you've decided to apply the plants to your wound as a salve. You sit on a nearby log, slump against it, as the venom quickens in your blood, and begin to strip the plants of their buds. You roll the plant fibers and buds between your hands. You remove your water bottle from your bag and add some to your cupped palm and mash it together until it turns into a paste. Your shaky hand slathers the paste onto the snake bite. The wounds turn red and started to swell, and it's hot to the touch. You bite your lip in agony. Your vision flickers, and the shadows change. You must have blacked out for at least a few minutes. Your breath is ragged, and it feels like your mouth is full of dust. Something is blinking on the heads-up display. Call ambulance, with an arrow pointing towards your phone. It must have slipped from your hand onto the ground. You reach out, but your hands are clumsy, and you push the phone further into the dirt. You stretch, and it feels like the thing is at the end of a fading, blurry tunnel. Your numbing fingers curl around its beveled edges, and you try to unlock its screen. Eventually, your fingertips trace the right pattern, and you navigate, slowly, to the phone icon. Your entire existence is shrouded in fog. It's like you're moving half blind. Then, a moment of clarity. You look at where the sun sits in the sky. It's been a long time since you were bit. Even if you called an ambulance, it probably wouldn't reach you in time. Why bother? Your fingers hover over the numpad. Then you decide who to call. Her number's still in your phone. You never actually erased it. Just wiped the most recent messages so her name wouldn't keep popping up at inconvenient times. You're not even sure if Charlie will answer, but her voice picks up nevertheless.
What is it, Mark?
For a moment, the sound of her voice brushes out the cobwebs, and it's like you're back at before. Then the fog starts creeping back in, and you try to speak, but your tongue is thick in your mouth.
I swear to God, if this is another pocket dial,
It sounds like she's about to hang up. No! The word is half jumbled, but it rings out anyway. Charlie, wait! A pause, and then...
Mark? Are you okay? You sound like you've been drinking.
No. You take a moment to push through the haze. Charlie, wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. A longer pause this time. You start to lose your patience, and then...
Mark, listen, you can't keep calling me when you're like this. If you need someone to help...
I'm not drunk, you say, though the words slur. No, there was an accident, and I don't think I'm gonna be okay.
What? An accident? Mark, what are you talking about? Are you okay?
Probably not. You shake your head emphatically. A snake bit me. Kinda loopy, pretty numb, but I just wanted you to know that I'm sorry for everything.
Mark, wait, a snake bite? Where are you?
I'm Burning Mesa, you say. I was testing my classes. It didn't go too well. You laugh, but it's probably not funny.
Did you call an ambulance? Are you by yourself?
It's probably too late to call an ambulance. It's getting harder to breathe. I think... There's a rustling in the brush nearby. Had someone heard you and come to investigate? Wait, there's someone here. Then there's a chuffing noise and the sound of something huge moving in the bushes. You catch glimpses of a shaggy brown form through the leaves.
Mark, are you there?
You realize you've fallen, the venom stealing your ability to maintain your balance. Charlie's voice sounds tinny from nearby.
Mark, I'm calling for help. Just hang on.
You roll over on your back, and the bear's tooth-filled jaws fills your vision. You've been eaten by a bear. The end.
Hey, thanks for listening. You've just completed a run-through of Create Your Own Pod Venture, APP.eal, an audio drama written and produced by some nobodies at Grimwise Studios in Boulder County, Colorado. CYOP APP.eal was edited by Zach Wiseman, written by Dylan Terry, and directed by Zach Wiseman and Dylan Terry. The original score for APP.eal was composed by Jared Allen Gleason. CYOP APP.eal stars Zach Wiseman, Suzanne Grimmer, Harrison Webb, Kayla Four, and Michael Colby, with other voices provided by Dylan Terry. Think you might have missed some of them? Go back, you can find their characters along a different story path. The story for CYOP APP.eal was first developed by Zach and Dylan on episode 7 of Talking Upstream, a weekly show hosted by some nobodies on the Pod TV and Scene Snobs networks. You can keep up with Some Nobodies by visiting www.somenobodies.com, and if you want to help support them, visit patreon.com/somenobodies. If you do, you can add your name to the following list of supporters: Scott Curtis, Sarah Tkachik, Tanya Sheck, and the Listener Podcast app, with a very special thanks to Jim Eade of the Eade Foundation. Please give CYOP APP.eal 5 stars on your favorite podcast platform, and visit facebook.com/CYOPod to show us which endings you've discovered. To find the rest of the Some Nobodies family of podcasts, you can search for Silicon Angels, the Podcast, a podcast show, Talking Upstream, Twitching Upstream, or you can catch Zach and Dylan on The Real Boys on your chosen platform. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again soon.